shit.
If I did say that and I found out about Tickle later, I would have felt so fucking bad.
It'd been hilarious.
Now I find myself using some of the old hunted euphemisms. Don't die here. You can't die to this.
Well, just like y'all was talking about somebody being a clicker, and then he's like talking about his hand got messed up.
Oh no, is that what the deal is?
Yeah, Tats has an issue with his hand.
Oh my god.
He straight can't use his whole left hand, and everybody makes fun of him for being a clicker.
I dog people who click in this game so fucking hard. I cannot, like, I guess if it works for you, that's your thing, but like, man, it does not compute for me, man.
Is this what you really are? Chiron.
Like, there's, I don't know.
Yeah, I heard about that guy because he was Noir's friend, and I pulled up his stream one time, and I went to work, and I was like, dude, this fucking guy's a clicker. And I was like, but I looked at his logs, and he's like orange on some of these fights, and he's like, yeah, he's really good. He has his hands all fucked up. He had to have surgery on his hand, and he can't use his hand. He doesn't have full use of his hand. That's why he clicks. And I was like, oh. Well.
Speaking of Noir, you work with him, right? That dude just like vanished one week, and he's never been back since.
Yeah, he's got like real life shit.
Oh, okay.
What's life without a little pain?
Apparently, like, I don't want to put too much of his business out there, but he has a child, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. He didn't say anything, and then there's like 1 week he wasn't there. I was like,
oh, he didn't say anything. He told Gabe. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I know Gabe, like a month or so ago, kind of like stopped raiding and said he was just gonna chill and shit. Like he's got some family stuff going on. I don't know.
Yeah,
what the deal was.
I don't think that he. I just think that he, for one, doesn't have the motivation or the drive anymore to lead a guild or even try to. I mean, even whenever I was in the guild, he didn't really do anything. You know what I mean? He was just around and tried to keep everybody together and have the positive attitude, but he didn't really do any recruitment. He didn't raid lead. He didn't he's just not really been in that mode for a long time. And I think that his family life finally was just like, there's no point in me holding this title anymore. Stripers can do more with it. The guild will be better off if I just pass it to her.
That's cool. But yeah, I think that might have happened just shortly after Noir stopped coming, so maybe you just forgot to mention it or something.
Probably, yeah. You got a train going by out there?
That's Agdane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the Polar Express.
It's playing Train Simulator.
Damn, it was crazy here last week, guys. There was fucking snow and ice everywhere.
That's
Yeah, it's like half our raid fucking couldn't come.
Yeah, that was so fucking funny.
Oh,
like,
half of your raid is still in Texas?
We lost like 5 or 6 people. We're like, oh well, I guess our guild is just dead because Texas is being hit right now.
Fuck.
Yeah, Tats was out of, like, they kept shutting his power down.
Yeah, they're doing that stupid shit.
Tiggle wasn't here.
Tiggle Fright. Hyper's been gone for a while before this shit started happening. I don't know if he's kind of in the same boat as Gabe or not, but he kind of just hasn't been there. I don't know what the deal is.
I made a horrible mistake, Zach.
Hmm.
I'm using the spear in Hades that lowers your max health.
Ooh,
and I went into the Charon. Not the Charon, the Chaos. Well, and now I have 3 health. It's a horrible mistake was made!
Every once in a while, what's his name? He streams, Demon Hunter, or he was a Demon Hunter. I think he's still a Demon Hunter. Kin?
Oh, yeah, Ken. Yeah, he streams. I'm pretty sure he streams every day or every raid.
Yeah, I go in there every once in a while and I just, like, watch it. Or sometimes I just have it in the background, but I'm in there once in a while.
Oh, no.
I followed him back when you guys were doing Mythic N'Zoth.
That one interested you?
Yeah, that actually was kind of like watching it like every day you guys were doing it. Like, to be honest, like, man, they're gonna kill it. They're gonna kill it. Oh my god, they killed it.
Weren't you guys raiding?
I mean, I'm trying to remember. like we were, but
I know for a while you guys were knocking down the mythic bosses. I think you got 4 or 5 of them or 6 of them or something. So
we killed 5 of
Oh, I
them.
didn't realize this is going to be like a well, it was tyrannical. This Mythic Plus week.
Yeah, we picked up a handful of our guys that raid with us now are from when we plugged them in.
yeah, I saw that fucking Fruit Loops guy is really good.
Yeah,
I don't know who he is, but he's good.
he's another fucking clicker.
Oh
No,
my
he's
God,
not.
is he?
Yeah, he is.
He's not a clicker, is he?
Yes, he is. Dude, I watched him. He streamed his. He was running a key with a few of his guys, and he was streaming to Discord. And I'm watching him like, dude, how can you play like this?
Well, because he was saying the same thing about, you know, he can't fathom how anybody uses all hotkeys.
Hot. That was clever.
That- Oh, was it?
Who also clicks? Like, we have a
I
fucking.
can't keep.
No,
I can't
Clever
keep up
says
with all the
no.
clickers.
He
Clever,
does like a hybrid thing.
hey, Clever doesn't click
Yeah, he does.
because he was blown away by Tats clicking.
He's not a full-on clicker. He's like a hybrid dude. He's got keybinds and clicks. I can't do it at all, man. Like maybe I'm just weird, but I can't.
Yeah.
Dude, by the time I get my mouse to where I need it, like it's too late.
Yeah, I click, but pretty much only like my cooldowns.
Like
I
shit
only
you don't hit often.
Okay,
Yeah.
I click
Yeah,
one,
I
I
got you.
click one thing on an alt. The one thing I don't have keybound because I don't want to fat finger it ever is I have my lust on my shaman like not bound. That's the one thing. And even then, it feels like shit.
I mean, I have that sitting over beside my mounts. Like, nowhere close to anywhere I might accidentally hit it, but
That's just gonna
Yeah.
mount up in lust.
gotta mount up faster.
Fair.
Yeah, like, well, like my 2-3 minute cooldowns on any character, I usually click those.
I have mine on Control 3, so it's a touch harder for me to accidentally click them.
It's been interesting though, gearing up that shaman. I saw G-Tone's playing a shaman now.
Oh yeah, she is. Yeah, she's healing on a shaman.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What did she like not want to play the Shadow Priest anymore, or she didn't think it was good enough, or?
No, it's a mixture of several things. The first one is like at the time, yeah, Shadow wasn't in a great spot. It wasn't doing very well on single target, and it was awful on AoE. And we also needed to recruit a healer because we recruited like 3 healers, and 3 of them weren't good enough, so we had to release them. And then so she was like, "Well, I'll just go heals." And so we had 2 people off spec heal for 2 weeks while she geared the character up, and then recruited another healer, and then that person turned out to be pretty good, and then so that's where we are now.
Nice.
It was just a combination of needing it, and then also it was hard to find a shaman at the time because shamans were really meta. Like
Yeah.
everybody was realizing that they were super meta because this was right around the time that the world first kills were happening, and like shortly after, and it was like everybody's playing shamans, so shamans were hard to scoop as well.
Yeah. Fucking clever. We were doing our like little alt run thing, and this dude's like messaging Holy Man like, "Give me PI, give me PI, give me PI." Holy Man's like, "What the fuck? This dude's harassing me."
It's probably best to go to your DKs or whoever, or your Ret Paladin.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's used to it from doing keys.
This tank has died like 3 times. Oh,
It's like-
and Pipe just spawned.
That dude always gets PI from random priests and keys.
He's like, hey, he's got the whisper like ready
Yeah.
to go, you know. He's like, it's first come first serve, so I'm asking for it. Although mages are fantastic in Mythic Plus, so
Yeah, they are. He's just, I tell him he's lucky that Convoke doesn't scale off of haste, or else he'd never get PI.
Sure, why not?
I guess I could probably use it for Affliction, but it just wouldn't be the best target.
Yeah,
Like, my costs
weird.
do like haste.
Like I've seen some like different people talk about it. Like they say like, oh, you PI your DK on pull, and then you PI somebody else later. It's weird. Like, I don't know if there's actually like any 100%.
Yeah, no, that's true. You want to PI the Death Knight on the opening because that's when his army's up, and that's like the best time.
Yeah, it's not like Affliction at the end of BFA.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
I can't even remember what it was that I managed to reach. It's like
You were talking like you were at 70 or 80, I thought. I don't remember.
no, I was maintaining over 100% haste.
Oh god, yes, dude. The good old dude. I don't care what anybody says. The corruption era of BFA was fun for PvE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made me a little jaded because like it was really irritating that my fucking alt was better than my main. Like Hunter
Your
was
Hunter?
just insane.
Yeah.
But like it was fun. I actually just started like when we killed Mythic Hive Mind, like the first time we killed it, I actually killed it with my Hunter. I didn't even. I stopped bringing my Druid to that fight. It was so bad on AOE.
Weren't you bringing you were bringing your Hunter to the alt run for a long time that we were doing?
Yeah.
You geared him up pretty fucking fast.
Yeah, I geared him pretty much like before I started bringing him into heroic. I think I'm pretty much mostly geared through you guys.
Brilliant.
Like I did some keys on him, sure, but like most of my gear came from there. Then I started bringing him, and I was pugging on him a lot too. Like
So what'd you think, Zach? This tier was hard, wasn't it?
for sure, like way harder than last year.
Found it.
I mean,
Mixer's chat. It's all my cooldowns and procs lined up on my Warlock.
it was hard to compare because like I didn't have to raid lead fresh in Nyalotha, so like having to actually like do the research myself and actually learn the fights and raid lead fresh, definitely different. But I think that it was just like the bosses. I mean, Denathrius at least was harder than N'Zoth on heroic.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, N'Zoth on heroic was like literally 2 phases, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry.
you know why he was harder, right? He had more voice on.
It's true.
He did have a ton of emotes.
Yeah, I think like N'Zoth was weird because like on heroic, if you got through the like Psychus phases, both of them with like your group alive, you pretty much killed the
You
fight.
pretty much win, yeah, exactly. Whereas when you get into phase 3 on Denathrius, everyone
when
can
the
be
fight
alive,
starts.
but that's when
Yeah.
the fight actually starts, exactly.
Yeah.
Remember all the bugs on N'Zoth? Especially watching the World First.
The fucking secret phase shit. I mean, there were bugs this tier too. There was some wild shit. Stone Legion Generals, that was the fucking... Watching those Wicked Blades clips was hilarious.
There was some bugs, but I think there was a lot worse ones than.
Well, they had Denathrius despawn on one of their like mythic attempts because it was like...
Well, they intentionally despawned N'Zoth because Limit was cheesing the fight and they were afraid they were going to kill it. And
No,
they
it wasn't. It wasn't
Remember
even
they-
cheesy, because the fight was broken as hell.
they like despawned it for the entire North American region. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. I don't know which one was more bugged, but I think overall this instance was more bugged.
Oh yeah. I just remember like they were doing one of the like mythic mini bosses or whatever, the 4 horsemen things that are on mythic,
Yeah.
and they go over to one of the corners and Denathrius does his snap, but he didn't snap onto the platform. He snapped into like the space in between and despawned.
Nice. You think he would just snap again?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
That bug where Huntsman didn't get the buff after the dog died.
That shit was so annoying.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
The
we had
Huntsman bugs.
the Huntsman on our first normal mode kill, the first week of the raid. The Huntsman we killed the 3rd dog, and he didn't get the debuff, and his health didn't sink like it should either. So he was at like 35% health without the damage increase debuff. And we just are like chilling. Like, what else can you do but take 20 minutes to finish killing him?
Huntsman was fucking wild because like every week I'd have to check the patch notes to figure out if Starfall was hitting the ads or not.
Yep.
So fucking dumb.
Had
was
to go
just-
druids.
It was just this week in the alt run, wasn't it? Sledgefist drifted.
Oh my god. Hunted, I have to show you a Warcraft log.
Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah, he fucking did a U-turn in the middle of his dash.
What?
He did like a
Hold up.
drift. Oh Jesus.
And I'll be able to see this from a log?
Yeah, you watch the
I
replay
got
and you
the
can see it.
bug in the log when I looked at it the first time.
There are clips of it happening to other people.
While I just pinged you, go to the first Sludge Fist attempt, and then go to the replay tab, and go to about the 3-minute mark.
Wait, you pinged me? Did you send it in a PM or did you post it in somewhere in your Discord? Oh, that's right. I remember I saw you tonight, Vin, posting your story in general chat. I was like, holy shit, what are the odds that I see Vin in here?
Dude, it's so weird. I've seen Miz in general chat in like so many different places.
But yeah, go to that log, and then you go to the replay tab, and go to the 3-minute mark, and hit play. And at about
Which pull?
the first one.
I was doing Torghast like towards the beginning of the expansion. I was doing Torghast at like 1 a.m. one night, and all of a sudden like Miz is in general chat. I'm just like, what the fuck? Is that the same guy?
Same fucking dude. Alright, I'm watching.
It's about like the 15 seconds after that.
Okay, he does a chain slam.
You said it was the first poll?
The first pull. At the 3-minute mark if you start watching there. And then he goes to like the 4th pillar instead of the 3rd.
Was Ashbringer tanking?
Yeah.
Oh, what? He like charged 2 melee.
He charged 3 melee, killed them, curved around, and went to the 4th pillar instead of the 3rd.
Well, the
Wait.
tanks were at the 4th pillar.
Well,
no,
they
we
were.
at where we're standing. We're touching the 3rd pillar.
Oh.
Like when he gets stunned, the 3rd pillar is about 5 feet to his left, and that's the pillar he hit. But he like clipped it with his left hand or something.
That's so weird that he charged those 2 melee like that.
He like ran me and 2 of the paladins over, and we're just like, wait, what?
Yeah, you guys are waiting, trying to not be in front of him. And he goes, "No, I'm gonna hit you both, and then I'm gonna go over here." He does. He completely curves.
Blizzard experimenting with AI.
There are clips out there of it, like it'll charge in a direction and then he just randomly does like this like zigzag in the middle of his charge.
What about the clips of Beyblade?
Oh yeah, that's all over the place. Fucking
The fucking first boss of Halls of Atonement.
Oh, that one too. Yeah, there's like clips of Wicked Blades and Stone Legion Generals during the Mythic progression, where the Wicked Blade, rather than like bouncing to the 2 people and back, it just spins around the same person like 4 times and debuffs them each time.
Hell yeah, 4 stacks on Mythic.
I've heard so many horror stories of Mythic Stone Legion, just all the bugs and shit. Fucking gargoyles spawning in the floor.
Luckily, they've not only fixed at least the vast majority of those bugs and stuff, but they also
Timings.
fixed the timings. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't looking forward to getting to that fight. I'm sure I'm pretty sure they'll nerf the content one more time. So
I wonder if they're gonna do anything with the heroic Saturday Afterist.
I don't know. They already nerfed him, didn't they? Maybe not.
I don't remember.
Probably not. I don't think they'll touch him anymore.
What do you nerf on that fight? Just his health or something? Like,
Probably, yeah.
Well, even
his
that
health.
fucks up everything else because we're already holding DPS on phase 1.
Well, you'll get more gear, and then you'll just push in P2 faster without the 3rd set of ads more easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that myself. Like, all right, we struggled a little bit with this, but like, what do you really nerf that doesn't like completely change the fight?
Nerf the damage also that
And does.
blood sucker thing in phase 1 does. The nerf the damage the ads do in phase 1 that spawn, because their casts do a lot of damage. Nerf the damage that the line mechanic does, because it does a lot of damage.
Did you enjoy the stint in
I don't know.
Tartarus?
Weird.
Reduces overall health. I mean, there's a few things that they could do that just make the fight patently easier, even if they don't change the DPS requirement.
They should change Impel to where it hits everybody, and it leaves a line behind it. If it ever goes through that line, it
Shut
explodes.
Yeah, what
the fuck
is-
up.
So
I wonder if they nerf the honestly, like, one thing that'd make it more like approachable to like new guilds or new people like freshly progressing on it or whatever. Like hit
They did.
hit the what is that mechanic? The snap on the tank, the inevitable or whatever.
mhm.
Yeah, if they just hit that or something, that way it's like,
Hit it. You mean how much damage it does?
yeah,
Yeah, I think that the reason that they would not want to do that is because that you can do a lot of cheesy shit with the tanks, making him constantly bounce and not ever really getting any real melee strikes off on like in phase 3, the boss's damage is from him holding Remornia. He hurts the tanks really bad. But if you
Yeah.
could cheese that mechanic of making him bounce around and maybe do it like in petrifying moments of the fight, even getting him taunt immune, taunt, he jumps to the other tank, go across the platform, taunt, he jumps to the other tank, taunt, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you can really cheese a lot of the melee strikes, I think, on the tanks doing that. I don't know though, that maybe that is the answer.
what's the cooldown on I don't know, like what's the cooldown on taunt? You get enough tanks in there, you just rotate taunt them around
Yeah.
for this damage.
I think most tanks the cooldown's 8 seconds.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
8 seconds.
I mean, that's not the craziest thing I've heard. Like there were guilds like 13 healing Sun King on heroic or some shit.
What?
Yeah, there were guilds like 13 healing that fight.
What the fuck? Why?
I mean, you can't do that on Mythic because of the shield, but like,
Yeah. You could. They like
well,
tripled the amount of the shield like that you have to DPS through specifically to stop guilds from doing that.
Yeah, you would just wipe.
I fucking hate that spear.
what spear?
It's such a bad run.
Oh, in Hades.
Yeah.
Oh, they already buffed the shield, is what you're saying, Agdane?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the second or third week on Sun King, they like tripled the shield.
How much you had to do
That-
to break it?
Are you
That the-
fucking kidding
yeah.
me?
Standard of decency we uphold around
No wonder that fucking shield's so annoying. It was never intended to be that fucking much.
They were going into that on Mythic with like 10 or 12 healers.
Not really been at the top of my list of late, mate. But who knows? It's something I've been meaning to try at some point, I suppose. Thanks for the words of encouragement.
Of course, my friend. I thank you for the
I've heard from people. I don't know if this is true. Obviously, you guys would know, but I've heard Shriekwing is actually harder than like Huntsman and
I'm glad you like them, Nix. Though
I don't know.
Hell no, hell no. You guys will
No?
kill Shriek. Are you going to Shriekwing? You'll kill it.
I don't like. I want to see who's all interested in Mythic and put a team together if we have enough people for sure.
No, dude. Shriekwing's easy as hell. Shriekwing's way easier than Denathrius too. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Well, that's
free
one thing
gear.
that's like one of the few things like that kind of keep the morale up is like, fuck, there's a lot of guilds that are like 4 out of 10 mythic that are still not 10 out of 10 heroic.
Yeah, they're like 9 out of 10 hero. I've seen a lot of them in the keys I've done. It's like,
Wild too. The 4th boss in there is hard as shit compared to Denathrius on heroic. That's crazy.
I've seen a lot of, not necessarily 4 out of 10 mythic, but like I've seen some like 2 and 3 out of 10 mythics that are 9 out of 10 heroic.
Yeah, I think I have as well. That does not surprise me. Denathrius is hard, man.
Yeah, I was looking at, I don't know, it wasn't your guys's, but it was some other guild. They were doing the Hungering Destroyer. That seems really complicated. Like you have to get a weak aura and shit for the soak because you have to rotate people.
Yeah, I mean that's I guess the default strat way of doing it. You can do it without the weak auras, but I don't recommend trying it.
Yeah, it just kind of like seemed really weird. Like this guy's just got like this weak aura. It's got a shitload of numbers on the screen and shit. It's like
Yep. That weak aura is tracking how many stacks of the debuff you have, because you know the mythic mechanic, right? It's you get a stacking debuff. So like,
yeah, you have to
when-
rotate people into the soaks.
yeah. So that's the raid leader seeing like how many people are either not helping or how many people are helping way too much. Because if you get like 25 stacks of the debuff, standing in the circle to soak just one shot you.
Yeah, I have to look into figuring out what to do for Shriekwing because it's
Well, time
like
to go get
just
killed
figuring out where to put the lantern and stuff.
How many times must
Well,
I explain this?
Or some
boy?
kind of like cheese or something
Captive
for it.
punishment needs to be properly
There is,
designed
yeah.
and
You
sealed and filed.
you had just have a shaman.
Pile up.
Shaman's best class to do it. Anybody can do it, but the shaman is the best because they can ghost wolf, which is a damage reduction and a movement speed. So you just have the lantern. Fuck was that?
Probably Raikou.
You just
Not
have
sure why that way.
you have somebody move the lantern at the beginning of the fight, like to whichever pillar you guys decide to go to in the intermission phase, which I think the default is back left. That's what we do, is back left. So you just grab the lantern in the beginning before the fight starts and move it to the back left pillar. Then you have the raid stack up in a designated spot in the middle of the room out in the open, like basically right where he's standing when he spawns. And the reason that you're doing that is because when he does the shrieks, you want to bait them to that spot. So you grab him, you pull him like along a pillar, so he's like, his body is like parallel to a pillar. You have the raid stack where he was, and you DPS him. When he goes to do the shriek, you move over to the pillar that he's next to and LOS behind it, like while you can, but on the side of it where you can still DPS him from where he is, and you even can drag him into that area to be closer. You don't ever need to worry about seeing the sonic shrieks there
Yeah,
because
'cause it can never hit you.
yeah. And then by the time that you LOS him again, when he starts doing his cast where you have the LOS, you run behind the pillar, and then by that time all the shrieks are gone. You reset, you go back to that same spot, you put him back in the same spot, and it's rinse and repeat again until he goes to the middle. I mean, that cheeses all of the mechanics into the intermission. And then once you get to the intermission, you just have the raid stack up wherever you put the lantern. And you have one lantern carrier grab the lantern, hold it the whole time, and run in and touch the raid as they dance behind that pillar to avoid the shrieks. And then he just LOS's Shriekwing like from farther away.
That seems pretty easy. Yeah.
With practice, if you like watch a guild kill it, if you just watch the fight, you'll see what I'm talking about, because pretty much everybody uses that strat because it's super fucking cheese. And when you see it, you'll be like, oh, I totally get it. This is super easy.
That's so weird because that's all I've heard is like, yeah, if you like Shriekwing's like the hardest of the first three or something like that. I'm like, okay.
That's crazy to me. First of all, Hungering Destroyer, while not challenging mechanically, is very difficult because failures cascade upon themselves. So if someone dies, you no longer have enough people to help soak, and then someone else will die, and then it becomes a domino effect of death, 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 because you don't have soakers.
Yeah.
So I think Hungering Destroyer is definitely the hardest of the first 4 bosses. If you say Sun King is number 4. Yeah, I don't think Shriekwing's hard at all. I mean, Huntsman's no fucking joke.
What's his thing? The Sin Seeker? Yeah.
Yes, all of the mechanics persist through each phase. So
Yeah.
yep, it's fucking dumb.
I think when I was looking at it, it was like you get the Rip Soul on the Sin Seeker. There was I can't remember the rest. I'd have to relook at it. I kind of like glimpsed him one day a few weeks ago. Only thing I remember from him was like the Sinseeker applying the mechanics.
Yep. From all 3 of the fucking dogs.
We don't always have the DKs to grip in the shades. Of course, we killed. Can't remember if our first kill on Hive Mind we didn't have DKs, or maybe we did. I don't know.
We
Yeah,
did.
well, your
Mori
first
was
kill, you had,
tanking.
Oh,
Yeah, you had Mori and you had
Tiggle.
Tiggle tank on the fight. Yeah.
I can't imagine like we did both of that fight without DKs, and it was a different animal. That fight was so difficult without DKs.
Yeah, having the Death Knight grip those fucking darters changed the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then if you can get a mass grip and then you can get a binding shot down, the darters just disintegrate.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I had binding shot on that and card traps and shit. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. This raid tier really fucking left a scar. You know what I'm saying?
It was fun though. I like most of the fights. There's a couple of them that I don't really care for. Like I don't like Sludge Foot too much, and Stone Legion's kind of boring.
I fucking hate Stone Legion, dude.
Yeah. That fight's so annoying because I don't know about like been a minute since I've done it, but like when they had the like because it does like the ability queuing instead of on a set timer, so it's like you have to guess like, oh, this is coming. Oh, I don't know which of these is coming 1st.
Mhm.
Coming.
Fucking dumb. Like, well, it can be one of these 3 things, guys. Just wait and see. Oh, it's this one. Do it.
Who's laughing now?
Well, you never lost faith, Zach, and you got it done. Good work.
Oh, he lost faith.
What do you mean I lost faith?
He lost faith many times.
Oh, yeah? Privately?
Privately lost faith.
I guess.
Shit. Everybody's been there.
I guess that's the thing when your girlfriend's in the raid and I'm just like venting sometimes.
Yeah? You think I never vented at work? To Gabe and fucking Tiggle and everybody, man. Everybody that I knew in real life that played the game at least with me at one time, of course. So Ven seems like the MVP of the tier with being able to go tank and kill Denathrius because that's the hardest fight in the game to tank. So.
I don't know. Our guild had a lot of tank misfortune this raid tier.
Agnes, like out of the blue, like we lost Mori because Mori decided like she wanted to leave, and yeah, Agnes just like, yeah, I'll tank. We're
And
like,
then
"Oh,
Gabe's
okay."
like, oh, by the way, I am also going to leave halfway through the tier.
I know.
And we're like, oh, great. So then Brax was like, well, I'll tank. And then now Brax was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to tank much longer. Like, Jesus, fuck!
You are not elected, Sisyphus. The Fury Maker is now.
We didn't
Yeah, I was
have,
shocked.
We recently became
we didn't have fucking Holly for like the first month and a half either.
Right, he came on Denathrius, right? Like,
He came like one of the nights that we full cleared up to Denathrius, and he's like, I don't know, we did the alt run, normal mode, and he's fine. And then we're like, you're gonna come to Heroic? I don't know if I can do Heroic, you can do Heroic. And then we're like, oh, by the way, we're also gonna keep the lockout on Denathrius.
Yeah, he's done one full clear with us.
Zach and Amber keep chasing people off.
I got you covered.
yep.
Jesus. Yeah, Gabe kind of caught us out of the blue, too. It was like, fucking not even, no lead up, no, I'm thinking about stopping. It was just no. Just randomly one morning you wake up and there's this big post.
When
Oh, okay.
Until next time, alright?
when what's his face quit, he just lost all will to raid.
Who was that?
Oh fuck, what was his name? The one that left after Mori left.
Oh, Mayorga.
Mayorga.
Yeah.
Oh, as soon as she left, I knew he was out.
After
Oh,
Mayorga
okay.
left,
Package.
like Gabe was just like heartbroken.
Okay, bro.
First Rogers, and then I mean,
Roger doesn't even play anymore. He got fired from Acer, if any of you guys didn't know.
We heard that through Gabe.
Yeah.
Wait, I
mean, he
missed
didn't
that.
work there anyway, did he?
It didn't really work.
God damn.
Whoo, Zach, I got a shield build going. It's going good.
His situation was like privatized disability.
Pretty much. Alright, so who's fucking playing classic BC servers?
Bro, you can't even get me on classic normal servers.
I'm kidding. I'm just joking. This
There
retail's
are
way more
wings
fun.
on Burning Crusade.
I'm
probably
like,
gonna-
I just am like, I like my quality of life changes way too much.
I probably like won't play it a lot. I'll probably do like a lot like I did classic, probably a little longer. But that's when I started playing. So
My class is
I
too
didn't
good right
start.
now to play anything else.
do it.
I said my class is too good to play anything else right now. Like, it ain't ever gonna get better than this. Like, it's only downhill from here, man.
It's only downhill from here. How
Okay,
balance is like
Listen,
fucking
Hunted,
nasty
Zach.
good.
Zach is over 30 years old, man. He's past his prime.
Oh, was your birthday recent, Zach?
Yesterday.
Oh fuck, happy late birthday, dude. 30 years old, man. Welcome to the club, bro.
31. Oh, Boone, and it's garbage.
Oh, I see. He's over 30 now.
Yeah,
Got
he's man's past his prime.
Hunted's
God.
been in that 30 plus club for 20 years now.
it. I'm not fucking Yar's age, bro. Been a while though. Be 36 this year, with 37 this year.
Still find myself saying kill this fucking nerd.
Oh
I'll be
yeah, Arena.
34.
Arenas, fucking raid bosses.
I bet Tiffany's up.
Arenas are so weird right now. We just go in and convoke people. It's dumb.
And if you don't convoke them,
Oh,
I know. I was
Patrick.
doing. Just fucking doing them on my druid to get try to get a trinket. And I was like, all right, we're just going double druid. We just go in, we win or we lose. You know how.
We go in there with Fruit Loops on Holy Paladin. He just he does the consecration or concentration aura with Aura Mastery. Makes your convoke uninterruptible.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then he bops you.
Yeah, I know about the bop trick.
Bop with the Aura Mastery, and you just stand there and convoke people right in front of their face. What are they gonna do?
So you got glad with that combo?
No. Fuck.
You guys probably don't play anywhere near enough. I'm just kidding. Oh, did you guys get your Keystone Mastery? I know that you were recently working on it because it was on the end of one of Ben's streams, or it was on your stream, Zach.
I'm like 4 away, but I didn't play nearly as much as the other guys. A couple of guys got it this week.
Nice. This is a hard week, isn't it?
This last
Yeah.
week they got it.
Yeah, they got it last week on
Oh yeah. Last week was the week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got it. Was Fruit Loops and Connor got it. I'll probably push for it on the next Fortified. I'm not even gonna bother this week.
Yeah, Tyrannical sucks balls. It's just not fun.
Yeah,
The boss fights take way too like it's boring.
they just nerfed it too, and it's still shit.
Yeah,
just
like some of the
boring.
boss fights are horrible too. Like the second boss in the one that the angels fly you around in with a little black ball
Oh
on
my
everywhere.
god, that fight's hilarious.
Dude,
I mean,
on
why don't
Tyrannical?
you ask Zach about his Plaguefall experience?
We were not this last week, the week before on the previous Tyrannical week. We were in a Plaguefall for almost 3 hours before we just said, "Fuck it, we're not doing this."
Who were
They
you
were
with?
on Stradama.
We God, I don't know. It was Fruit Loops, healing. We had Connor. I don't
Carry
remember the name,
me.
Okay. Gabe and Tiggle were telling me about a Plaguefall that they were in where they got stuck on the last boss for like 3 hours.
but they
But
were
this
on like
was
a
a while
fucking-
ago though.
Yeah, they were on a fucking like 10 or something. We were on a 15, and like we would. It was explosive week too, so like all the ads that spawn on that play is just fucking like so much lost damage, spawning all over the fucking room and shit. And It's just like
When your
we-
hunter doesn't auto attack the explosives.
Yikes. Yikes.
and we get to the end of that fight and it's just we just die to the rain.
You just die. Yeah, the debuffs, dude. Okay. The debuff that she passes out, the rain on Tyrannical Week is literal fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's so nuts.
You get through the first one.
We're just like, okay, we have to set this up, so it's like, okay, like Connor would pop his combustion on the first like phase. I would convoke the second, and then his combustion would be up for the third again. And it's like even like doing that, and it's just like not enough.
Yeah, you go into first one with the Prideful, lust the second one, and then pop all cooldowns for the third one.
Yeah.
Something.
Dude, we were that key was so bad though. We
Too late.
what was it, the first boss? We fucked up our count on it or something, and then we didn't end up even doing the first boss and killing it until like 30 minutes in.
What the?
It was awful.
It was a doomed key from the start, but you guys were
Oh.
like, "Fuck it, we're completing this shit."
Well, yeah, we were just like, you know, let's get some 14s out of the chest, whatever.
Right, I feel you.
And yeah, nope, that never happened.
My boyfriend spawned.
What?
Thanatos, Death Incarnate. Oh man. Well, congratulations, guys. Really fucking good job this tier, Zach. I hope that you guys get into some mythics and fucking keep the train going if you have interest. I mean, if you don't, I can understand. This tier was fucking hard, and I'm sure some people are gonna want to take some time off because I remember there's usually people who do. But as I look at you guys' roster, like, there's a whole bunch of fucking names I don't recognize on here. I mean, the classics, you got Raikou and Agdane and Finn, and
Over there.
you know, I recognize
Even though you had no idea who I was.
Right, I didn't know your name in game anymore, and Aegis, and you got like some people I know, but I don't know half of these people. So
Yeah, we picked up well, a lot of them are from Mythic Pugging and Nyalotha, and we actually picked up quite a few people. This
We
year.
had fucking Fruit Loops' warrior's name was You Do Understand, and he was like literally the saving grace of our mythic progression in Nyalotha. Like
That
somebody would go to bed and he'd go, "Well, guys, I know a guy."
oh, I heard about that. That's what Gabe told me. He said that you guys found somebody in the group finder, and then every time that somebody couldn't make the raid or something like that, or had to go, or had connection issues, he'd be like, "I know a guy, I know a guy, I know a guy." And but he said before you knew it, like 6 of these guys that he knew were in the raid and then joined the guild.
Yeah, they transferred and everything is crazy.
That's fucking great. That's great.
That's where we had him. Connor came with him. A couple of the other guys.
But that's literally
Icy
why.
Blade unfortunately came with him.
Am I ever? You're always
One bad apple of 6.
Well, that's literally why,
Do you have any
like
guesses?
going horde and transferring off of that dead fucking server and all that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the attrition that you had over this last tier, being able to pick all these people up as quickly and easily as you were able to, like, was good, right? I mean, otherwise you'd be raiding with like 12 people or something, right?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think we would have even touched Mythic. Or,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Or-
maybe. Like, we had our, like, original squad, but, like, the thing is, like,
You
anytime
hit the spot.
somebody would not be able to make it, we would just be like, alright, cool, we're just not doing it tonight. Cool.
Right.
But we picked up a bunch of people,
And
so
I,
we
in
didn't have to
turn,
do
shall
that.
go through your incredible
Yep, I
career.
understand totally.
Hey, what was that one pally's name that was always making a beer run?
That was
Retribution.
That was one.
Yeah,
you threw up, like,
Retribution.
once.
That was on
before we
Ashara. That was on
Just fucking
Ashara.
Ashara.
Well, no, I know. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
was
he
fucking
AFK. He died on a pull and went AFK and was like beer run or something. I didn't even know that he said that.
But it wasn't the only time. He was always like stepping away to go do something.
Whatever.
Yeah. We have a guy in the raid now that's like fucking smokes weed before every pull.
Hang on, let me pack this bowl.
But Stretch, I think yeah.
Interesting.
That's alright, we had Carry Me that Zach was about ready to just permanently ban from Raid if he would not come to Raid sober.
I hate those two.
Dude is, I swear to God, like, he's drunk like 24/7, and I mean tonight he actually played well. Like, I had to sit him last night, and then like tonight I brought him back. I told him like, dude, like we can't have the fuck ups. And he's like, all right, cool. You know, I was expecting him to totally fuck up, and no, he played well.
And this was the dude that us completing Artificer relied on him not getting mechanics.
I swear to God though, like I don't know if it comes with raid leading, but I feel like ever since I started doing it, I have turned into like an asshole, like a complete dickbag.
Nah, not exactly.
I mean, comparatively.
I guess you can make that, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't see it. Like
Okay.
you obviously get frustrated, and
Oh, I
there's
get
funny
frust-
times where you're like, God, guys, it's common sense, or you know, you really start getting irritated. But I wouldn't call you a dickbag for it.
I feel like a dickbag sometimes. Just like, you know, like before when I didn't have to raid lead, I can just be like, all right, like I'm just chilling, playing, and
I mean, we'll wait. If you ever sit me, then you're a dickbag.
can't sit our one warrior, dude. Like, you bring a raid buff.
Big
I
shot
thought
one
to-
too.
If I swap to Prot, can you sit him?
I mean, then we need a monk.
Get me out.
Kind of see what we're running into here.
I'll swap to Prot. No, I'm kidding.
Thanks a lot,
Most
trying to get me
usually
started.
was better. Than
Oh, well, then we need a steam feeding room. Oh, wait, they gave that to Boomkins now for whatever the fuck reason. I don't know why they gave
Don't
that
worry,
shit.
they fucking balanced the raid around having anti-magic zones out the ass
Oh
and
my god,
stampeding roars. So.
fucking... I can't believe they bring AMZ. That's so insane.
Look, I'm just glad I get to use Spell Reflect for raid mechanics.
Listen, Denathrius
yeah.
is the most annoying boss. Like, I love the fight and everything, but Blizzard just literally went, you know what? Fuck melee.
Kinda.
Fuck hunters, fuck demo locks, and fuck melee. We're gonna
What?
spawn
Fuck
ads
melee?
that you have to kill on these
yeah,
ledges. And your pets can't reach them, only your demon hunters can reach them, and your warriors, but the rest of your melee, fuck them.
We could gate over,
On-
but that's just, like, extra steps, I guess.
On the Hungering Destroyer guy, he every ball drop one. I don't remember the mechanic.
Yeah,
But-
I know
Expunge.
you're not- expunge. Yeah.
Yeah, my cooldown on Spell Reflect, you know, that mitigates that by 20%, and the cooldown's so short I can use it on every one of them.
There are warriors doing that.
And I usually run Ravager because I was playing Arms, but I recently been trying out Fury, so I've been using Bladestorm, and I can break traps with that. Of course, you know, I just try to
One of my boons.
keep it to when, you know, it fall in my rotation and there's a trap nearby.
Tell Hermes Hayford
You still take the damage from him too, don't you?
I mean, it's not a lot of damage.
Bone Hydra. How can we
Yeah, but hunters on fucking on the last boss are actually really good.
Marksmen are. I don't
Yeah,
know about
marksmen.
BM.
Oh,
BM, BM's fucking terrible.
The only spec you should play is good on the fight. All right.
Yeah. We have a
Eh.
dude. We have a dude trying to play survival. Sometimes like, what the fuck are you doing?
I heard that you had a survival hunter at one time, but I didn't know if he was still around or what.
I'm playing marksman now.
But
He wants to get off of Hunter, so he benched himself for the Denathria skill because he's like, I don't want to play Hunter anymore. But he couldn't bring his Demon Hunter.
yeah, no ults until AOTC. Yeah.
Yeah.
changing. Yeah, I get it. But the reason that hunters are so good on the fight is because hunters never have to fuck with ads. So you have everybody else kill ads, and hunters go on Remornia and get execute the whole time. Because hunters execute is above 70% health and below 25. So hunters can stay on Remornia, and you need way less boss damage because if you bring 3 hunters, you're getting their aim shots do a shitload of damage to Remornia.
Is that off of the Karain Soulbind or whatever, or is that like I didn't know they had a?
No, that's a talent. It's a talent called Careful Aim. That is
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So I could start in Remornia too.
So yeah, if you have everyone else in the raid doing whatever jobs you assign, whatever you decide to assign, but you get to have more people focused on ads because your boss damage will normalize by keeping your hunters on Remornia.
I was fucking botching that fight so hard. Like in the phase 1, I didn't even like pop cooldown because I wanted my cooldowns up right at the start of phase 2 for the ad because I had just me and Clever assigned to it. So I didn't want to pop anything in phase 1 and not have it.
Oh yeah, if you guys are holding DPS in phase 1, which it looked like you were, because I mean, if you're gonna get everybody down to 2 stacks, you're gonna have to, unless your damage is really bad.
Yeah.
But you don't need any coolies. It didn't look like very many people were using them at all, really. The only problem is those fucking ads. You spawn a lot of them, and they get a couple of casts off. People die. Like, yeah, you know what I mean.
You gotta weird like having issues at one point and not killing them before the blood price, and that overlap is just awful.
Oh yeah, a cast of that with the blood price. Yeah, fuck yeah.
So like telling people like when we first started progression, I'm like, dude, it's like if you have to use your fucking lock rock and like stones or whatever, we'll just do it. Like eventually we won't have to because we'll learn the pattern and where the damage is. But it's like, man, just it was so tilting seeing like we all get launched into the air on the blood price, and I'm looking at a dude who's like half health going into there. I'm like, that dude is dead before he hits the ground.
Oh yeah. What do you think about the strat of? I was surprised that you weren't doing this because I know that you read and fucking watch videos and shit. And you know there's a tactic where you can have one druid get hit every time, get down to 0 stacks.
Yeah, and you roar.
Yeah, I was wondering why you guys didn't do that with as many druids as you have.
I thought about doing that.
And you're the druid. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought about doing that. I just kind of didn't. Like I was focused on other stuff, so I never really like mentally...
I feel like we had enough front of the pack druid users where it's like, because like I'd pop my roar and another druid would get in there because my roar lasts so long.
I read what he's talking about. He's saying specifically you soak every set to get down to 0, and then you just bolt it to the middle and you hit the roar.
You don't have to bolt.
Well,
what I was saying is like we had enough time on our stampeding roar from front of the pack that like if I got it right, people would have it almost the entire time we're running.
Yeah.
Oh, before the pushback or whatever,
Yeah.
you would just cast it, yeah.
Cast it as soon as he left to do his little fucking emo, and people would have it almost the entire time we're running.
Yeah, he's saying you get to 0, you get to the middle because you don't have any, you're not slowed at 0, and then you just hit it in the middle.
Well, he doesn't even throw you if you have 0. You stand in the middle of the room the whole time.
Oh, he doesn't even throw. Oh,
He doesn't even throw you.
I didn't know that.
It's pretty much what Holly's been doing.
The fucking little cheater.
He's been getting to 0 stacks just innately, like his choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
He also like he cracked me up because I don't think he fully understood Night Hunter, or he was so scared of messing it up that he stopped fucking caring about it. He just pop a defensive and soak it on his own. I'm like, how the hell is Holly living? I see him run off with wings to fucking Kansas with his Night Hunter.
Holy shit! You can live that with that cooldown? That's nuts.
You can live it with plenty of cooldown. Like druids can just fucking bear form it.
I did not know that.
I don't know if I had anybody in my line. I'm pretty sure I solo soaked a line or whatever with Bearform Bark Skin, but I might have had somebody in there with me. There was one where like nobody was in it, and I lived it with Bearform Bark Skin.
My strat is I run out, get killed with it, and then for the rest of the fight I don't take any more damage.
Hell yeah, just get rezzed at the bottom.
Hell yeah.
That's the strat, dude.
Implying the warrior gets rezzed at the bottom. Like, they've already got my buff. Why do they want?
Alien Cry's pretty good.
I don't need that till P3.
If we make it to P3, you can get the res.
Yeah.
Never been a finer shield.
Yeah, I tell Amber, like, man, it's a different world when I'm like kind of playing it when I'm like raid leading. It's like I'm playing at maybe like 75-80% because you're, you know.
Oh yeah, dude. You won't get up to being even close to the best. Like, you won't even get up above 70% until you're 50 pulls into a fight, where for one, you don't have to watch as much, and for two, you're kind of brain dead. You know exactly how many casts of X you're going to get off before you have to do Y, and you know what I mean? Like, you're on autopilot for a lot of it at that point.
Joke's on you. We're all brain dead from the beginning.
That's true. I watched the progression of this fight. I mean, I watched like your first week of this, and
It
then
was awful.
and then I watched tonight. So there's clear progression made. I didn't really understand what you guys were doing with the lines whenever I first watched a few weeks ago, but I
Neither
figured,
did we.
I was like, I figure whatever they're doing, they'll figure it out eventually, and it looked like you did tonight. So
I think we've had that down for a while. It's just like it's one of those things that kind of feels like it's like it's not as bad as like Zanesh, but like it's one of those things like you do like 200 pulls on it, and like maybe every once in a while like somebody's gonna fuck it up.
oh yeah, for sure. Shit, that's just natural for any mechanic, I guess, you know?
Yeah, but I mean like that one you fuck up and you die,
Yeah, it's death.
or you kill half the raid. Like if you put the intersection on the group.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think I hate Zanesh. Out of all the fights in Nyalotha, I hated Zanesh the most.
Yeah, we were like pretty much our group, our mythic group was like, yeah, we're not doing Zanesh on mythic. Fuck that.
Don't blame you.
We don't want to play soccer.
You get a
We
fucking
wouldn't even
group-
do it on alt night.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were clearing every boss except for Zanesh. That's or Zanesh and Vexiona or whatever the fuck her name was. Yeah. I remember pugging the shit out of that raid on my hunter because I wasn't bringing it to the main group, and I was like, man, I'm pugging it like week after week after week on Skitra trying to get that fucking bow.
Oh god, yeah. God damn, that was so good.
Yeah. Finally got it, and then I was like, alright, cool. And it was like, ever since I got it, like, alright, why am I even playing a boomkin on this patch?
Could you
Like,
imagine? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, could you imagine having the first phase of Denathrius with the ads and Twilight Devastation tearing through?
Man, think about how much better all the players are in the guild now. Because whenever I first started raiding with you guys in the first raid, do you remember that we got AOTC 1 week before it was gone? And
that was-
Stripers was on vacation. She came back the last week of AOTC, and we got it for her.
Tower of Olympus.
Damn, I don't remember it being that late. Was that old year?
It was.
Oh my god. I do remember, like, I remember personally playing like shit in that raid. I don't know. I know I didn't even I didn't really do Mythic Plus or anything, like, I don't know.
Gahoon was cancer though. That was.
It was.
You were turned away from doing M plus because
Oh yeah, Aqua.
Aqua. Mhm.
Yep, I remember.
You were like, fuck this shit. Fuck this guy.
He's forced to do
Yep.
my father's bidding.
So what's the story? I've heard of Rogers. I've not heard of this Aqua.
Pretender for
He was
Oh,
just rude as fuck to Zach.
Yeah, I mean Aqua was a good player. Like, it's just like,
He was a complete dickhead. Like, if anybody would ever make one mistake, he'd be like, are you fucking retarded? Like, you're terrible.
yeah.
Like to guildies.
Yep. And I remember him like always bringing different alts, and like Gabe yelling at him one day, and then like he got in an argument with Ash. I remember all sorts of different things. It was, looking back on it, it's hilarious, but in the moment, it was frustrating.
Shit, Zach told me one time, Raikou, that if Aqua came back to the game and was allowed to raid in the guild, that Zach would quit.
Yeah, I had that stance at one point.
So that's a level of, there's a story for him. That's all you need to know.
Now, I probably wouldn't be true.
You let him raid. You let him raid there now. As shitty as he is, he's toxic.
Okay, so if he came back right now, and like before, like if he wasn't toxic when he came back, like yeah, sure, whatever. Like if he started being toxic, obviously that'd be different. I'm not gonna like, you know, he comes back now, like for whatever reason, and like wants to raid. I'm not gonna be like, no, you were a dick back in fucking Old Year like 3 years ago. You're not coming to my raid.
Well, that's fair, I guess. That's fair enough.
I don't know, like it'd be kind of funny to see what Ash said though, because I remember him and Aqua getting into it, and they were like fucking cussing at each other in like some other language.
Jaja speak.
Jaja speak. Oh my god. Dude, I actually, like, looking back on Old Year, from what I remember, I don't even, like, remember Gahoon that much. I remember us struggling on Zool.
Zool was a bitch of a fight.
Was Detoff colorblind, or was that just a meme?
The Qualdrons. He's the guy that lived in California in like a favela.
Well, he started. He was raiding with us until Ice came.
No, he was raiding it until his video card shit on him, and he was like really poor. He couldn't afford to buy any like PC components and shit. Like he was in a really rough spot.
Wait, but he donated $200 towards Gabe
When?
for a barbecue.
Maybe he fell into that hard time. I don't know.
I remember, the way I remember it is that Hunted sat him on Mechatork because he couldn't communicate on voice for the robot mechanic or whatever. And he ended up getting sad or something, and he, like, wasn't happy about it. He was, like, logging on but not raiding, and then eventually he just left.
Well, you remember it that way because you weren't an officer at the time.
Right.
He was telling all of the officers that his video card was failing him and that he couldn't raid, so that's why he wasn't taking the invites.
Okay.
But you are right. We did have to sit him because he couldn't call out what colors other people were. And it got to a point where we started having to do him last. You know what I mean? Because, like, if he was in there, you basically couldn't leave your mech until someone else called out your colors for you because he wasn't going to be able to do it.
Right.
He wasn't happy about getting sat, but he also later said that he needed to because his video card was overheating.
Yeah, I wasn't in on that.
Or maybe a lot of that may not have been true either. I don't know. You know how people come up with stuff whenever they can't do something and they're kind of failing and they're like, oh yeah, I'm lagging.
Yeah,
computer's falling apart.
Denathrius is a bitch of a fight to have lag on when you go into that, like, fucking march.
Yeah.
Or any other point of the fight.
You lag for 1 second on that march, you're not making it to the middle.
I remember, like, Ash was DC'd on one of the poles, and we gripped him in, luckily.
Or if you lag on the massacre.
AO.
I actually had to turn my settings down on that fight for the cleansing pains. That shit was like getting choppy. I normally play on pretty high settings, and then I had to turn it down for that one.
I had one pull on for the march. I think it was yesterday. Instead of running forward, I did that thing where you take off running in a different direction where you're facing.
Or whatever. Oh
God.
So it's like it was like I was not making it if I hadn't gotten pulled in.
I wish I had streamed all of the progression of that fight. I would have some pretty good highlight reels.
On one of the pulls, when he pulls you in to him, it like did something weird, and like I said, it pulled me into like the other side of that little chain that's next to the mirror. And when I went to run, it kind of just, I slid off. Of course, it wouldn't have mattered. I was on the other side. There's nowhere I could have really went.
I remember one of our really early pulls on that fight when we killed the ad on the pull-in, and like we go through the mirror and like half the raid got bounced back through and hit by the hand.
I was
Oh fuck yeah, that happens.
I just don't like it when there's any sort of anything that messes with your camera, because I just can't move properly after that.
I hate on when he pulls you for you to run into him after first phase, and it spins your camera.
Oh my god, just fucking the boomers, man, trying to adjust their camera on Sludge Fist.
Man, I have so many good memories from shit in this guild. You remember that? Remember that shit, Zach? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. I know Raikou remembers.
I remember some shit from doing arenas. That's like,
Yeah, I remember this quote. I mean, I'm not pissed off, but I'm not gonna sit here and be talked to like that all night.
yeah,
Yeah, buddy. I know you remember that.
yeah.
What was that?
I, in fact, I was pissed off that night. Turns out, that was doing arenas. We were doing 2s. Oh, that was fresh on the Resto Druid then. Holy shit.
I was a little too rough on Zach back in that day.
That was when I first-
Zach can be really rough in arenas too, though.
What a loudmouth.
Well, to you.
When Zach is doing arenas, he hates every class,
Dude.
even druids.
Dude, I hate anything that can stop my convoke.
Yeah, I hate anything that has like when we have a kill window, it just has like a fucking massive damage reduction cooldown.
Yeah.
Like a life cocoon.
I'm pretty sure everybody in the game has seen that.
Yeah.
Did you ever? I don't know if Gabe told you or if you saw it. I had that as my fucking thing from Beyond Week Aura for a while.
I saw that you had some weak aura, like randomly.
Yeah.
It was a picture of me from Discord.
Yep.
And it said something like, not only does the something do an ass load of damage on its way into you or something like that, it said that.
Yep.
No,
man.
the second or third iteration of that Weak Aura.
Good times.
Yeah, we were the ones that weren't pussies. We ran our things from beyond.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Man, we gotta
playing
get
a
that
main-
card.
I just grabbed the town that gave me 2 Frost Novas, and that was good. I pressed one button, I don't have to worry about thing from beyond.
Okay,
I kept
so,
my corruption at 39 the entire.
so Boomkin had shitty corruption scaling, but I'll say one thing, that they had good ways to deal with it.
Oh yeah.
So what you're saying is a
Wildfire
huge
maybe.
missed opportunity.
Mastery, 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 mastery.
Mastery was awful for us back then. It was we wanted. It was so weird. We were doing like crit damage, and then we wanted crit strike to a certain point, and then crit damage, and it was so weird. Scaling was awful on it. Like it ended up like later in the patch, I'm just like, all right, I'm just playing my hunter. Like, why not? I can just stack like. Hunter was kind of mixed too. It wasn't just one stat. It was like, I think you wanted like haste. And then
Haste
you
and
wanted-
crit.
Yeah, and then I wanted like I think I remember reading that like I wanted a mastery, just one for the little Azerate trait there.
Oh yeah.
No, Fire Mage was just as much mastery as you can possibly put on your character.
Yeah. It was just so frustrating. I go into keys like I play Boomkin. That's my main. And I'm like doing a key, and I would do like I'd go on my hunter, and I would just do like 30% more damage overall, just pressing like multi-shot and fucking whatever the fuck, barb
Oh.
shot.
Yeah, there may be a few kill command inserted in there.
Well, also sure.
Warlock with corruption was hilarious. It's like you couldn't run super high, not because Thing from Beyond or the Eye or anything, because of the fucking slow.
Dude, I started like doing as much damage on bosses in raid with my hunter as I was doing on my boomkin. It was crazy. I was hitting over 100k with my hunter. I was like, what the fuck is this class?
Yeah, it was good. Still wasn't the best though.
Oh, I mean, Fire Mage.
Fucking Fire Mage and Warlock.
Insane, yeah.
Fire Mages arguably earned it if they had to go and get all these fringe pieces from everywhere else.
Yeah.
Shit,
Fucking crazy.
there's the trinket from Ajara.
It kind of
Trinket from
reminded me.
Ajara and the fucking PvP trinket.
Kind of remind me of Classic, where you'd get like not even max level gear because this, that trinket or the effect on that weapon was so good that even though it was like a blue from like level 48, it was still really good at level 6.
Sorry.
In the name of Hades.
Do I?
What?
Oh, I thought you said.
Looking what the boomkins now are running. They're doing the double on use. Like I'll get a 220 or a 226 trinket out of my vault. I'll sim that shit, and it's like, no, equip your 207 ordnance with your 184 bell because it's better.
I got a 194 bell. It wasn't any good for me versus what I had, but it was from the mission tape.
Tell you what, I don't need to know about what bells you people are getting that are better than my bell.
Why not?
I get damn bell. Both Destra and Affliction went with the bell.
I vendored it.
She did. You can get apparently you can get like a 203 or something bell, a 207 out of the Paragon chest, but not with my luck you can't. I got that Denathrius trinket though. That's pretty good for keys. The hymnal. Fucking Connor though. Last week he gets a 226 cube, and then this week he gets the 226 changeling. Like,
Oh
what
my
the
god, dude. 226 cube.
Got the cube last week and the changeling this week. Like, fuck, dude. I was so pissed. Like, what the fuck? I'm getting rings left and right. Nothing
I
but
have-
rings.
I have like 4 226 trinkets and none of them are better than my 207 cube.
It is insane.
Rings and cloaks is what I see in there all the time.
Nothing. Still rocking a 213.
I feel like I got a 220 main hand and a 220 offhand out of the box.
I can't be too mad because I got the 213 like week 2 or week 1 of the vault, so I was like pretty far ahead on that, and then like I'm still rocking the same weapon from then. I mean, it's whatever.
Just realized that Scarlet Knights didn't drop any weapon tokens. I'm now set.
He dropped what, 2 trinkets. Zappy got shoulders, and somebody got pants? Or no, Gray got the ring. Which is like, I bet you if I had that ring, if I got it, like it'd probably be better than one of my 226s. That ring's insane for Boomkin. Actually, just about everything that dude drops for Druid is good for Boomkin. Just about. The only thing that's like not amazing is the Dreadfire trinket.
This week I got to upgrade my 197 boots to 226 though, so.
Nice.
Nine each shoulders.
That's so crazy. Like on the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying in helmet. Nothing more.
So crazy that when Shadowlands was still in beta, like they had all the like people like running the numbers and shit. Like Boomkin was in such a terrible spot, and what did they do? Like the week before the patch came out, we got an aura buff.
Got an aura buff and Convoke casted 16 again.
Oh yeah, they bumped Convoke up to 16 from 12, and like then Shadowlands goes live and like Boomkin's like one of the top specs, if not the top spec.
It's so weird that Convoke ever needed a buff.
I don't know, like we were all gonna like when Shadowlands was live, even after the 16 spells, like we were supposed to go Kyrian. Kyrian was like just barely behind on single target, but it was like way ahead on AoE. And apparently I don't remember what changed, but I ended up going Night Fae from the start just because I thought Convoke was cooler because Kyrian looked dumb. It wasn't really that far apart. And now it's like made very clear that if you're not playing Night Fae, you're just wrong. I'm just kind of curious to see like if we get hit, which I expect that we will at some point, like what they hit. It'll probably be Star Surge and
You already
Star
got hit a little bit in PvP, right? With full moons not being able to proc.
Yeah, it's. I'm expecting just like overall changes because like I feel like we're OP in like every situation right now.
Yeah, fantastic in Mythic Plus. Fantastic tanks. I mean, fantastic in raid. Fantastic in PvP. Like, have you seen the rated BG scene?
Yeah, it's insane. Boomkins all around. Boomkins and locks, I think.
Well, locks have always been good at everything, so maybe you just fit into that niche now.
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong, Zach, though? Haven't locks been good at everything since you started playing this game?
Yeah, that's true.
They always have a spec that's good at one thing. Like, you can go, like, it was like, oh, you can go Affliction for PvP this season, and oh, now you go Destro, and it's like, they always have a fucking amazing PvP arena spec. They always have an amazing rated battleground spec. Sometimes they're the same, and they're always a top tier raid class. Always. The only thing that you could ever make the argument that they've kind of struggled with is Mythic Plus.
Yeah, that's true. And even, well, yeah, I don't know, like now they're kind of like, they're not bad. They're not Boomkin.
It's the first. Yeah, it's the first time that they're not bad, but they're making a resurgence in raids, by the way, and they're good in rated battlegrounds, and they're good in arena.
Yeah.
They should balance it by giving every class the exact same spell and just changing the visual to fit the class.
God.
And the exact same mastery.
Well, on that note, I do have to go to bed after work tomorrow, so congratulations again, guys, and I'll see you whenever I see you, hopefully soon.
See you later.
Yeah.
See you later. Fuck you, Vin.
Fuck you, Unted. Listen, it's really hard to play Hades and push to talk.
Although, it just did kind of remind me, it's like, I do like how they balance weapons in Knights of the Old Republic, the MMO. It's like, oh yeah, this class can dual wield, 2 one-handed weapons. Whatever. This class uses a two-handed weapon. Well, it has the exact same stats as a one-handed weapon, and they just have an invisible offhand, like a power generator or a shield generator or something.
Kind of like how the Shaman's artifact worked.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it wasn't stat-wise, but...
Yeah, but it's like every single class had the exact same main hand, offhand stats.
They should do it like they did in Nyalotha. If your class can't use swords, get fucked. That shit was so fucking like frustrating.
You mean that the sword that dropped off at the Carapace?
Yeah, it had infinite stars on it and everything. Like, oh yeah, druids get fucked. Shamans get fucked.
Well,
But
swords
Warlock
require a
mages-
degree of finesse, and you're holding it with a feathered arm.
That's fine, but like, hear me out. Maybe put a staff or something on that boss too.
No, I agree. I'm just
like put something for everyone. Not like don't
look.
you don't
if
make
you're
a
gonna-
pack. Sorry.
If you're gonna make an infinite stars caster weapon, it's like that's obvious for DPS. Obviously intended for DPS, right? Just make it a staff. Holy Paladin's the only one that can't use it.
Look, they couldn't even add more voice lines. What do you guys think?
It's just so crazy. It's just like, yeah, man, they actually like did that in the same patch. Okay, so check this out. We're gonna introduce corruption. All right, let's make the loot tables for the bosses. Okay, we'll put this here, put this here. Okay, cool. All right, now check this out. We're gonna make the last 2 bosses drop bumped up item level. You know, because they're the last 2 bosses. They should be like more prestige. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's cool. Well, so I'm a boomkin. I just killed the last 2 bosses. What do I get to use? Yeah, get fucked.
I'm convinced the only reason we even got Ny'alotha is because they didn't want a repeat of WoD, especially after how bad the rest of the expansion was.
I'm so disappointed. Where's the Ashbane raid, man? Like, there's so much shit they could have done. Like, they just, rather than, like, they just, like, stuck Ashbane in the Ajara raid and just called it good.
Oh man, think about it. Sylvanas we've been chasing around for entire expansion, the first chunk of this one, and you know, in the second raid she's going down.
At least they're making her a final boss of the raid though, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, I don't know.
Have you watched that cinematic yet?
The new one with
The
Anduin?
Chains of Domination? Or whatever it was?
Yeah. If we're talking about the same one, yeah. The one where Anduin does the thing.
Yeah. I wonder if they're trying to make her take a turn from that look that she got.
Yeah. I'm kind of indifferent to that. I know a lot of people will be pissed off if they give her a revenge arc.
I don't mind if
think
they
they can-
redeem her if they kill her in the end. Like redeem her, have her show remorse for her actions, but still die.
I'm it's about where I'm at. Like, you know, somebody can have a change of heart and all that, and in the end come out a better person, but still they have to pay for what they've done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's some morally gray characters where some of the stuff is justified the means or whatever. She like committed genocide, and it's perfectly acceptable, especially given her past, that she would feel remorse. But she's still gotta. It can't be like the Iron Horde where they ran across Draenor, killing Draenei and enslaving them and all that, and then at the end, him and Yrel are all buddy.
You know, until Yrel started purging everyone.
Right, until she turned into, you know, Light Hitler. But, you know, there has to be consequences.
Phase 1 without dying.
Phase 1 of what?
Hades.
Oh.
Because I could see, you know, her doing all that shit, like, just getting caught up in her goal. Like, if she has an ultimate goal beyond, you know, just helping the jailer. Which I think it's clear that that's what they're trying for. But I don't know. Watch though. Tyrande gonna come in and kill Phil.
Wouldn't even be mad.
I think she earned it.
A little low there, Vin.
I still have 3 rebirths, okay? And I got half the fight to go, okay? I got these.
38 health.
What do you guys do?
Watching Vin.
Sitting around right now.
Suffer through Mythic Plus.
I'm playing Hades.
Oh, Vin's playing Hades, I'm just watching. Discord.
Ah, fuck!
Well done.
Oh, you said talking about Hades. I thought you was talking about the Emmett.
You're not going to cooperate with me on this, are you? Even now, knowing Mother wants to see me again.
Blast you.
It's 2 out of 10.
Everything. With all your
Wait, what?
questions.
You have to do it 10 times.
And get the hell out of my way.
Oh, fun.
See you at home.
See you at home. Quick as a flash that time.
I haven't done it with any heat gauge though before.
My weapon shuddered.
What game is it?
Hades.
Oh,
I've
the
actually
oh.
never played Hades.
Really highly recommend it.
Maybe when I has Muns, I shall. Get
They
to-
have cross saves now between Switch and Steam. There's a fishing spot up here?
I'm cold.
I fucked up.
Let him.
All manner of fruits and vegetables thrive within the hidden gardens of Persephone, the one-time queen of all the underworld.
What do you guys think about the
What are these things?
Diablo 2 remake or remaster?
I'm indifferent. I mean, I played Diablo 2 way back in the day, but I also hacked the ever-loving shit out of it.
Yeah. Packing your bags full of those custom-made runes.
Hell yeah.
And
The things that made it so people spawned monsters whenever they killed things. I spawned so many cows whenever I killed shit.
Speak of them. Tell me, how was your journey? What happened?
I never played Diablo 2, so I'm kind of excited to, try it once or something.
After you left. So I don't know what's going on still, but
it was like one of the very first games that I played that was online, and I didn't really have much
That our time together here may be as
knowledge
full as
about
possible.
the whole
I need to
hacking
know
thing.
I couldn't live with
I just knew
myself
that if you
anymore.
went into open battle.net,
After I
that
left
you,
Olympus, a long
well,
story
in my
itself, I
situation,
came
you're
to
gonna
be
die
your
pretty
father in
instantly
the underworld.
and stay dead.
It was a shock to say the least. The others in your father's house were welcome.
Yeah, I used to lie to my mom to get on the internet. It's back when we had DSL still.
I know the feeling, I think. But you stayed long enough to have me. Those whom I've spoken to about you, it's as you said.
We mean
they
you
have
love
fond memories of you.
just
And then you even had
I'd
a child.
trick her into not using the phone for a while so I could sneak
oh
online.
yeah, that shit sucked.
No. Your father could be very difficult, though he was gentle with me. Soon enough, we got on fine. Better than fine at times, but when I was with child, why, I struggled terribly. Because a child born of surface dwellers could not live down there.
Could not live down there according to whom exactly? The fates?
According to them, yes. According to your father and to Nyx. Even having heard, I took my chances anyway. But when you emerged stillborn, it was too much. I fled. I fled and came to reside here.
At that time,
Above the notice of
I
them.
got it. I didn't even bother getting my friend
Why would father
had
lie to
it,
you?
and
If
they
he
wasn't
never
playing it
wanted you,
anymore, and they had the
never
little
wanted me. Surely he had the means.
product key,
I don't know. I'm wondering
and
the same.
you just tied it into the installation, so if they happened to be
Running out
playing
of time.
at the same time as you, it wouldn't let one of you log on.
Stay with me, please.
I'm trying, but I can't stay that much longer. I don't think.
Oh, my dear son. Then please, ask Hades what you asked of me. Why he would lie. Tell him I must know, the same as you. And you farewell. Until we meet again.
until we...
Have you played Immortals yet? The Phoenix Rising?
No.
Father, you...
Oh, how could he? You.
Quite a mess you've created, I must say, Father. After being of no help whatsoever when it comes to disentangling it all. Though this isn't the place to talk, right?
No, it most certainly is not. Though I take it shall not be long before another of our private meetings then.
Count on that.
The Hound of Hell barely regards the prince.
There's a good boy. Hey Orpheus, you've noticed the resemblance between me and Dionysus, haven't you, mate? I'll tell you a little secret, but you have to promise not to tell. We're really the same god. I love a good feast, don't I?
But Zagreus, that is a striking revelation, the connection you describe. I see it. I can see it now. To think the god of wine and you are intricately linked. It isn't obvious, is it?
Oh, there's more to it. A bit grim, really, as I'm a little older than I look. You see, the Titans, they once tore me limb from limb, but then my heart was saved, and that's where Dionysus comes from. That is the connection between us. You understand me, mate?
Your tale stirs my soul. It truly does, my friend. It is a marvel to me that such heroism isn't widely known, and I'm committed to the spread of all such truths.
Dionysus and I appreciate it, mate.
You reached the surface.
Somehow I always knew, you know, that you were not my birth mother. I mean, look at Hypnos and Thanatos. There's no way that I could have been related to them. Everybody knew, and yet, when I finally learned for certain, it was still a shock.
I always knew, in turn, that you would learn the truth of it eventually. And I was fearful of what would occur after that time arrived. I'm grateful it has come and gone. Though, tell me,
No, Nyx, please, it's quite all right. You may not have given birth to me, but you still cared for me. I never doubt that. Likewise, are you sure it's all right that I continue to address you by name?
It is more than all right, my child.
Megaris not around.
I want to find my boyfriend. I've got enough to start. Yes!
You took Lord Hades down. You really did. I've never seen him.
I can start the romance arc with this character, and I can't seem to get it to trigger.
His own parents at some point, right? I think the Fates enjoy this sort of thing.
Come on, Zag. Take some credit where it's due. Though, you'll forgive me if I keep my distance for a little while, as I think...
I'm planning to.
How did it go, lad?
I found her again, sir, and we were able to talk some more. But I have so many questions.
Well, first of all, good work. I knew you had it in you. Secondly, you know what you have to do. Go.
Yes, I will.
Hi, Prince. I fed Cerberus already. All 3 heads.
Take care, Dusa. Come, Stygius.
Hey.
Can't do that. I don't think so.
Zach, do you know if I have to beat the game with heat each time to progress the story, or if I just have to beat it 10 times?
I don't know. I don't
Like, if I'm up to get a reward from Hades?
Cousin, none
And this can only mean some unforeseen
Remember.
impediment
It's 10. I'm pretty sure it's just 10 times, but I don't know. You'd have to look it up.
Okay. For safekeeping. Fix that. All right.
Creatures underneath the earth foretold of your arrival at this very moment, son of Hades, and I have anticipated it. I had suspected you would choose the same. Should be useful. Hey, lads.
Hey, hold a moment, Zagreus. I could have sworn you.
Just in time. You found me, Artemis. Better stock up. Here's the fee. Got some zest.
Do you get anything if you beat Charon?
I never did.
Oh.
Nothing.
I got a boon from Artemis that fires a heat-seeking arrow whenever I attack.
Sounds like you need to get stuff to increase your attack speed.
Gotta get that god to fucking spawn.
Thank you. Sharpen my senses.
Which I got an Athena and 2 Artemis boons and nothing else so far.
Guessing Electo? I knew it.
Oh, good.
Fuck.
I've got a lot to be thankful for, you know, Redblood. Your daddy could have shut you in the lowest pits, and then we never would have met.
Perish the thought, Electo. What would you have done with yourself if not for all our fated encounters?
I don't know. I mean, before we met, I played all sorts of other trash down here. But lately I've been keeping them waiting because of you.
Any blitty thing looks like it hurts.
Yeah, it kind of hurts a little bit. I don't like fighting that one.
See you later. For the mirror.
Electo failed just as her sister did.
Let's keep going. Which to choose? Go with that one. Till next time, Tartarus. Made it to Asphodel.
I played the fuck out of this game when it first came out on the Switch. Wasn't as good at it as Zach is. Where the fuck? But Zach always uses a cheesy build.
What's a cheesy build in that game?
You always go with Athena. Not that I didn't go with Athena.
Athena's nuts. She's the chick that gives you the dodge shit, right?
The deflect, yeah.
Yeah.
Finally found Hermes.
Right on time.
You met your father face to face only the one time, cuz, despite rendering services to him for quite a while. Memorable experience, I'll give it that. Seems like he's not done anything with all the messages my side keeps sending him.
Darn. No attack speed.
Off we go. Here they come. Skull crushers. Good enough to eat. No way. Witch circle.
"15 quick." The name of the group. Plague Ball. Yeah, okay.
Hello, Lord Ares.
I sense so much death at the gates of your father's realm of late, my kin. Now I know that seems perfectly ordinary on the face of it, except there's something more. I wonder if you know the reason why.
Violence. Not now. Aha.
Oh, I actually have to kind of think about where I'm going for fucking once. Normally the build just builds itself. Hey Zach, would you be willing to let the doggies out?
Bone Hydra, if you understand me, menacingly hiss.
Come on, man, don't stand this.
Oh, that cost me 2 of my death things.
Never enough.
Oh fuck, there was a fishing spot. I forgot.
Off to taint Elysium again?
To the top. The fields of Elysium.
What are you doing, Zach?
With this sword.
Oh, 14 miss. I think I'm just gonna probably do some weekly 14s and shit. Try and get my box up.
I have to do one more 14 plus to get the second.
I assume you're just bugging.
Yeah. Probably do like 1 or 2 tonight, and then finish up the rest this weekend or something.
Found my boyfriend again. With the best music.
Who wants to be the first?
Not me. Nearly made it.
Ha! I win.
Gods grant me strength. Better blessing.
Save some for me next time. I've gotta go.
How does he? Butterfly chamber. Oh, that hurt, damn it.
So how are those backup labs going?
How's what?
Then
Listen, I got 1 left, okay? And there's still a chance I come across the guy that can restore them all in this area.
I can't. Butterflies. Ugh.
Haha! There, now I got 2.
what's the max?
I can have up to 4. I've got a charm that gives me an extra 1, and then 3 by default.
Let's fight. Zesty.
Woo! We're still alive! Fuckers. God damn it!
Sister Demeter already tried to poison you against me, as I understand, young man. Oh, foster sister, she prefers, I say, loath as she is to accept her role as part of our great family.
Is my hair sticking up?
Ha! Thank God. Fuck.
That little...
You're back. Tell me, stranger, if it pleases you. How is it you keep running it?
The ever-shifting chambers of the underworld leave quite a bit to chance. I took our meetings merely for coincidence.
When chance is too far-fetched to be believed, then it's the fates at play. Or something else. I don't know whether to believe you, but I know that I want you to leave me now.
Thank you.
It's something, right? Ah, a means to drown my sorrows temporarily. That's good. And rather kind of you, I have to say.
It's nothing. Thank you for not trying to slay me where I stand and boast about it, like seemingly everyone else around here. large enough coin.
Here's where we'll die.
Don't like these two.
Yeah. This is usually where my sword runs end. Hey! Beat him. This run is dead, though.
Only took three deaths.
Was not about to let you down, my shade.
Just 3 deaths.
That's all. I have no Death Defiance. Well, I have 1 left.
Purge boons for coin. I'm out of here. Thank you. I've reached the surface.
This is the last level, or is there one above it?
This is the last level. You go through this region and then you fight the final boss.
Big old daddy-o.
Yeah.
That's a bite.
Eh!
Good to go. So serious on guard duty.
A crudely hewn network of tunnels grows from
Satyr markings. You.
Is there anywhere here that can give you more deaths?
Unless I find something in a vendor. Which, this area sucks because there's a poison that'll rip you apart.
Sounds like you have had many a run to this poison.
Many, many runs. First time me and Zach each reached this area, we died in seconds to that fucking poison.
That poison?
Yeah, just don't let it get on you. Then you have to cleanse it.
That'll keep me alive. Have spoken. I'm back.
So you went back to the first room?
No, you have to clear these rooms until you find this sack of meat that you give to Cerberus so he gets out of the way. Sometimes you find it on your first go, sometimes it takes a couple of goes.
I heard you like lasers.
In the name of Hades.
Which this one did not give me a second meat either.
I'll pay for that. Lucky find. Snake stones.
Damn it! Not this path either.
What should be on the last one? That arrow seems a little, glitched.
Good enough to eat. Had quite enough here, thanks.
Oh, of course there's a shop in the first fucking room.
Why is that a reaction?
There's a chance the shop will sell the Death Defiance thing for 200. Oh, it doesn't. Sweet.
Those beam guys get you pretty good.
God damn it. It really is gonna be the last one.
Ow.
Looks like I'm clear.
What rotten luck.
Some of Charon's wares. Should come in useful. There's the sack, finally. A satyr sack for my boy Cerberus. Thank you, mate. The Shield of Light.
Yay, got one death thing back.
The prince compel.
Bye for now, boy. Made it again. I guess there's only one thing left to do. Isn't that so, Father?
You were never supposed to live. Took all of Nyx's strength to circumvent what should have been a certainty. Now you cannot stay dead. Such is the wry humor of the fates.
Nyx saved me, so according to the fates, I was never meant to be born, since neither you nor Mother are of the underworld, something like that? Or was it just another lie you told to Mother and whoever else?
You think everything a lie. The realm beneath our feet was appointed to me on certain conditions, not that I had much of a choice. Among them, a one-time surface dweller such as I would never have an heir.
You really believe that? Then why attempt to have a child anyway?
You don't know anything. Why anyone would choose to have a child is a mystery to me. The Fates said I would never have an heir. Perhaps this was all they meant.
I wonder how many capes has he gone through?
I know where you are.
I thought Achilles taught you to be quick. Darkness.
Oh, no.
Kick and scream all you like. Darkness.
Send your wretches back where they belong. Can't do that.
Darkness.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. But I caught a fish. Fucker.
Father.
That's funny. Nothing on my list at all this time, except I could have sworn I saw you walk right out of the pool back there. I'll have to have this thing looked at.
I guess so.
Well, well. Answer me something, Zagreus. What am I to you exactly, as of late? Because sometimes with you,
I'm sometimes at a loss myself, Thanatos.
Am I finally unlocking the rest of the relationship? Maybe.
Well, exciting. Sparring with you and all that. And then I know it means that I might get to see you here.
Well, here I am. But you didn't answer my question.
Damn it!
Something, forget I asked. I've got to go.
Wait.
Fucker.
Maybe next encounter?
You used to pray to
Maybe.
the gods, make offerings to them and such back when you were alive.
Prayed mostly to my mother, lad. I always had my doubts the gods were listening, that they could even hear. Though I suppose that if you make an offering, they might be so inclined, just for the moment anyway. They're helping much.
They're helping, definitely, sir.
The hellish watchdog snarls at the listless shades crowding about the court.
I mean, old father's nice to you at least, isn't he, boy? This nectar not fancy enough for you, boy, is that it? You've developed quite the delicate palate at your distinguished age.
Though having little appetite remaining for the lightness of nectar's flavor, the multi-headed monster of the underworld nevertheless accepts.
Hey, Orpheus, you know I've just been messing with you with those Dionysus tales and all that. Just trying to liven things up for us, mate.
Oh, Zagreus, there isn't need for such humility. Not when one's deeds of heroism are as great and numerous as yours. It is an honor to have heard such deeds firsthand.
I was kidding. Seriously.
There you are.
Nyx, you saved my life. Gave me life when I was born. Father told me. I don't know what to say.
There are many things that I am not at liberty to speak of, child. Through my own binding choice. These circumstances are among them. Suffice it to say that your revival required the extent of my ability and considerable time.
I never should have been born. Is that what the Fates wanted? Did you defy your own daughters?
Silence. Tempt not my daughters thus.
Thank them for me. You and your sisters really don't get along well, do you?
Alecto and Tisiphone and I each have a different outlook, I would say. We've learned mostly to stay out of one another's way.
That doesn't sound like a healthy basis for a relationship between siblings.
Are you lecturing me about healthy relationships with families, Zagreus? Your family, your father's family, is the most broken and corrupted in the history of the entire concept.
Fair point. I didn't mean to sound like I had any meaningful advice there, Meg. We're stuck with our bloodlines and our relatives, aren't we?
Your family cut their Titan parents into pieces and then scattered them in Tartarus. Remember that when next you tell me about family.
Something smells good. Why, thank you. I could use that. That's a lot of gemstones. Here you go. I won't be needing these, but anyone emerging from the pool of sticks might like them, I suppose. Here's the fee. At least we have a backup singer if we need one. Excellent. Was bound to happen, really. Where there's violence, there's Lord Ares. Just what I always wanted.
A delicately crafted instrument of music making now resides within the clamor causing Prince's chambers, doubtless fearing, if it could, his heavy-handed touch.
Can't be that hard to play, can it? Yuck. It's never bedtime here.
I wonder how many times you have to play it before it actually sound good.
I think it's possible, I just don't know. I don't know if it's after each run you tap it, or if it's something that I can just spam tap. But I think it's required to get good at it in order to reunite him and his partner.
Care to join me out there?
Think you can take me, boyo?
Good to go. Grant me the aspect of Hera.
Hey, whoa, what? That bow's got a different sting to it.
Hopefully we can get a bow.
Yeah, you can get a machine gun too.
What?
Bedtime for me. See you guys later.
Good night.
See ya.
Well, pal, you have come a pretty long way, let me tell you. I think most of the smarts I've picked up you know by now.
Stand there eternally to be wailed upon at my whim using whichever weapon suits me at the time.
Yep, now hop to it.
My choice is made. See that, Coronoct? That should do it. Heads up.
Is there any requirement to use multiple weapons, or you can just use the same one each time?
You have to get keys to unlock the different weapons, and then once you get them unlocked, you can use them. You can use a different one. You can use the same one every time, or a different one. There is generally a weapon that will give you a bonus if you use it. And then you can only collect the boss rewards once per weapon unless you up your heat level. And then you can only do that once per... You can only collect once per heat level.
So what is heat level? Is that like difficulty?
Yeah, once you complete the game the first time. Or once you complete Hades the first time. You unlock the Pact of Punishment that lets you increase your heat. Damn it, I can't find the god. I put her, you can equip artifacts, and I equipped this specific god's artifact, and she won't fucking spawn. It's supposed to make it so they're the next god you find. There she fucking is.
To see your father's stubbornness is manifest in you as such determination, Zagreus. My blessing be with you.
Strength of the goddess.
That definitely seems more powerful.
Yeah, it lets me deflect with my special attack now.
So what, you just wanted and use your arrows, shoot their projectile back?
Yep. And since I have this bow, my special is a very tightly knit arc.
So very high chance to deflect.
What now?
you got to Orpheus. He's got this whole entire ballad now about how you are really me, or maybe it's the other way around. I have no idea. Here.
I think I'm gonna get off and go watch a movie or something.
See ya, Agdane.
See ya.
Smashing.
I dare say, little Hades, you've some spunk in you. Why, I think you take after me more than my trusty elder brother. We'll get away from that old codger yet.
Poseidon's strength. No, you don't.
I'll see you guys later. I'll be up if you guys want to do anything, but I think most people are getting off.
Yeah. Usually after raid, so everybody's kind of pooed.
Alright.
I'll see you later.